Welcome to video 1 of Obstacles and Finding Solutions. In today's video, we're going to take a look at what some of our default obstacles are when we're presented with an opportunity in our lives. What comes up that gets us thinking, no, I can't do that. Almost like a reflex. I call them reflex obstacles. They're a habit, and most of the time we use them without any premeditated thought, like going to the doctor when they hit you on the knee. The problem for most of us is that we encounter obstacles in our lives, dead ends, and we buy into the fact that we are stuck, that we cannot overcome it. Then our beliefs get reinforced, and that's where we become powerless. So what I want you to do is to go back to the video training on passion, your list of 20 things to be, do, and have. The forgotten passions we dusted off. Or just select one of your long-lost passions, the dreams that your child self dreamt back when everything felt possible. And as good as it felt to reconnect with many of those things, many of those dreams, how many of you heard the voice in the back of your head as you wrote each one of those down saying, that's never going to happen. I can't be, do, or have that because... And that because is what I'm talking about. Whatever follows the because is one of your default obstacles. Let me give you an example. For years and years and years, I wanted to travel to Paris. I spoke French. It's the city of love, the city of lights. Why not, right? This was something I really wanted to experience. I always wanted it. It was a passion. I mean, it would be amazing if I could create it. But when I'm living below the line, I feel like I can't because, gosh, I'm married, it gets expensive with two people and more than one person. Well, now I have children, or it costs a lot of money to fly to Paris, and people just want my money, it's gonna get really expensive, or what if I run into somebody who wants to take advantage of me in that space, or I just don't think I can do it right now, I'll wait till later on when I'm retired. The question for you is, what are your default obstacles? What are some of your default obstacles that you go back to? What does that discouraging voice say in the back of your head? Take a moment now and write a few of your default obstacles down. Stop the video and write a few of them down now. All right, welcome back. Now that we've collected some of our thoughts, thought about it for a minute, I want to categorize some of the default obstacles that I encounter on a regular basis in my life and in the life of those I coach. First, we're going to categorize what I call the them category. This is where it's, oh, my spouse won't let me, or my boss would never let me off work for that, or I've got kids now, so living that dream is just not going to work, or I don't want to put them out, so I'm not going to even ask anybody. It's the them. They are the reason why I cannot live the goals in my life that I really want to accomplish right now. I categorize the next group as the agenda or the revenge quadrant, or where we're waiting for somebody to trick us or take advantage of us. We're waiting for the other shoe to drop, meaning, oh, it's just all a big sales scheme, or that person's just a dirty rat, or they just want to make money off of me. We're really accusing or using the person who's proposing the opportunity. They become the reason why I'm not happy. I mean, how many of us fall into one of those two areas, or at least the categories or the default obstacles we use? The next category I call the too little, usually referring to us, meaning, I don't think it's going to work for me, or I don't want to fail because what if I went out there and fell on my face, or I live too far away, or I'm too busy to apply myself. Once again, reflecting on ourselves. The final quadrant, the final category is the too much category, and it costs too much. I don't have enough money, or it's going to be too hard for me to apply. There's too much time commitment. Usually dealing back with money. All right, so take a look at those 4 different categories, the them quadrant, the agenda or the revenge quadrant, the too little or the too much quadrant. Take a look at some of your default obstacles, whether they're conscious or not. What are some of those default obstacles for you? Do most of them lie in one of those 4 categories? If so, which one? Now, this is my challenge to you. Spend 10 minutes reflecting and writing and mapping out where some of these obstacles are in your life. What's the pattern in your life? What are the opportunities in your life that trigger some of these obstacles as well? And in the next video, we're going to blow these obstacles apart. We're going to break them down even further and find out what's driving them so we can then gain leverage over them and solve them. We'll see you there.